Furthermore, I think if enough of us do band together, we probably change things that we think are unfair, depending on what we'd have to all band together. So solidarity, support one another. Everybody would have to do their part. All band together, and if you don't think something is fair, you don't subscribe to it or accept it. You say no, unfair, not having it. We are not having it. We're just not having it. And so Ralph Smart, who I watched his videos, Ralph Smart, he made one video entitled "We Ain't Having It." Exactly, I think you gotta kind of stand your ground and just not back up. I can tell you a story about a long time ago when I was in high school, and there was this bully. And this one day, I decided that I would stand up to the bully and just show him I'm not backing down. And he sure changed his tone to something like, I can see that you're not backing down, you're not scared of me, you're not backing down, you're holding your ground, you're standing and staying your ground, you're planted firmly, and you're not gonna. Because the bully finally got it to his head. When I decided enough is enough, that bully changed his tune. He knew he couldn't do nothing no more. And so I'm saying, if they feel that something just isn't fair, it's up to us to say like Ross Smith, no, we ain't having it. We ain't having it. We're not gonna submit. We all got the man together. I mean, to use your head. I mean, use your head and use your common sense and say, son, if it's not a good reason, we're just not having it. If it's not a good reason, if I feel the reason is no good, no, I will not do it. If I feel that the reason is no good. If I feel that the reason is, and we all have to band together and to really do our part so that we can change things. Don't you feel that things are not fair? It's true, things aren't that fair. I'm not, don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about being vaccinated. I think it's fair that we get vaccinated. Yes, I think it's fair that we get vaccinated and that we wear masks and social distance and keep ourselves clean and to get vaccinated and show proof of our full vaccination. I think that's fair. But I'm talking about different other things that I don't think that are unfair. Like the way that there you have white police officers pouncing on innocent black voters for no reason. That's the kind of unfairness I'm talking about. To me, that's unfair. I have no problem with the vaccinations and wearing masks. I mean, that's just for safety. Me, because I would not like to spread the disease and pass the disease on to another person. That's why I got 2 vaccinations of the Moderna vaccine, and I would like to receive a 3rd vaccine booster for the Delta variant. So I think, yes, it's fair to be vaccinated so that I don't pass the disease on to another innocent person. So yes, don't get me wrong, I'm all for being vaccinated. I'm all for, I have no problem with being vaccinated. I have no problem with vaccine passports. I have no problem with none of that stuff. I think it's fair to be vaccinated. I think it's fair we wear masks. I think it's fair for social distancing and staying in quarantine just so that we don't make this disease worse than what it is now. Hopefully, more and more people will get vaccinated so that we can finally be rid of this disease. Wouldn't you like to get back to your favorite things and see your favorite loved one? I think that the vaccines are fair, the masks are fair. Once in a while to go on quarantine when needed, that's fair. To present proof of vaccination, that's fair. So you can see I had no problem with that. So I'm not talking about that. The unfairness I'm talking about is that it's unfair to treat the black person wrongly just because of the color of their skin. What the Catholic Church did to those indigenous children, that's not fair. And when we see any kind of unfairness or social injustice, things that to us are not right, then regardless of anything, it's up to us to just stand up and do the right thing, whether it's convenient or not, whether we're gonna die for doing it or not. It's up to us to stand up and say, nope, sorry, we're not having it. The unfairness sometimes, and if we all just do our part and band together, I think we can. There is superpowers in this world. I think we can overturn them and change things to make things more fair. And not by protest, but like boycotting things. I believe in boycotts and strikes, nationwide strikes, citywide strikes, worldwide strikes, whatever it takes, baby, whatever it takes. What I think Ralph Smart would be so damn proud of me. At least I'm hoping. I don't think that he's going to agree with me when it comes to being vaccinated and masks and social distance. I don't think he's going to agree with me on those things, but I'm hoping he's going to agree with me on the other things and that we will find a common ground. Well, I don't expect anyone to agree totally with me, but I mean, use common sense. If we let these superpowers of the world get away with it, it's true we will all lose our freedoms and we will submit to those kind of taskmasters. So if we think something's unfair, it's up to us to band together. It's up to us to band together and show solidarity. Strength in numbers. By ourselves, we're not very powerful. But the more and more of us that get together, we're very powerful. We may be able to overthrow armies. If I can remember correctly, I think I was watching the movie Spartacus. Spartacus with Kirk Douglas. The actor Kirk Douglas plays Spartacus. And he kind of says something about the same thing, that by ourselves you could snap us like a tweet by yourself. But what happens if we all band together? Have you ever cooked spaghetti and used dry noodles? When you're using a few noodles, you can snap them like twigs very easily. But you take the whole thing of spaghetti right out of the package. Try to break that. Not very easy. I guarantee you can't do it, can you? You know why? Because there's so many of those dry noodles that it's impossible to break them in half. Because there are so many, solidarity, strength in numbers. And so, you know, solidarity, strength in numbers, I kind of repeat myself. I tried the best I can though. But I think you know what I'm talking about, right? I hope so. Solidarity, strength in numbers. You take a few dry spaghetti noodles and you can snap them in half very easily. But try to take the whole package of dry noodles and crack them in half, and you can't do it. You know why you can't do it? Because there's so many of those dry noodles. Solidarity, strength in numbers. And when I was watching Spartacus, he said something like this: strength in numbers. And this is what I like to call this video: strength in numbers, solidarity. I'm probably going to use a different title. I'm not sure what. But the point I'm trying to make is if we all band together, the big high superpowers who think that they are God and are not gods, they think they are, maybe we can show them these big false gods of this world. They think that they are God and they're not really God, but I know they think they are. They like to think that. to show them that we're an unbeatable team. And if we don't think something's fair, we're all gonna band together, and as many of the more of us band together, the better. I've seen some YouTube videos where they got these angry protesters, Black Lives Matter and Antifa, and they threw over a police car. They all got together and from solidarity, and they saw them flip over army tanks, police cars, you name it. I'm not saying let's do that. I'm not saying that. But how about we boycott? Go on major nationwide strikes. Go on major worldwide strikes. Go on the worldwide boycotts. Once in a while, we just gotta humble these earthly pagan gods and show them they're not the gods that they think they are. There's a lot of unfairness in the world, a lot of corruption. And what are we gonna do? Just take it? Or are we gonna somehow put an end to what we don't think is right? I'm not saying we have to protest with violence. We should not protest violently. But we should all just stand together, lock arms together, say, we're not going no place. We're not going no place. I've seen a lot of the indigenous protesters protest, and they said that the police, you can take us anywhere you want, but it won't do any good because we're not submitting to what we don't think is right. So I'm saying we have to band together non-violently. Non-violently. Violence will only make things worse. We can protest peacefully. What if we boycott things? What if we got major nationwide, worldwide strikes, worldwide boycotts? What will happen then? What happens if enough of us show them we're not having it? Then they guess these highly powerful false gods of this world can have everything and say, it seems that they're an unbeatable team and we're not changing things. It kind of depends what we do. But what we should do is just band together. If we don't think something is fair, try to change it. All get together, band together, have nation worldwide strikes, worldwide boycotts, all band together. I mean, there's groups like Black Lives Matter and Antifa that are trying to change things for the better. So I think that if we do the right things, we can change things for the better. We can make a more fair society, a more fair world. we might be able to change things and turn to the Most High. Remember to turn to the Most High, and that the Most High guide and direct us according to His will, the Most High. But I think it's time that we finally decide we're not having no more of this kind of these false gods reigning and ruling over us, these false pagan gods of this world. We only have one God, and that's the Most High. And that should be our only God. And it's up to us to get together. And I think we can change things for the better. But that all depends on what we do. If we do the right things, peaceful protests. How do we protest peacefully? Well, this is my idea. Major nationwide and worldwide strikes. Major nationwide and worldwide strikes, and major worldwide and nationwide boycotts, citywide boycotts, worldwide boycotts, where we'll get together and we'll show solidarity.